Have you ever wondered why sometimes it's your own thoughts that hold you back from reaching your potential? We all have these moments of self-doubt, where we question our abilities and second-guess our decisions. It's a universal struggle, yet it's so personal to each of us. Often, we find ourselves stuck in a relationship with our inner deceivers. These are the voices within us that whisper words of self-doubt, fear, and limitation. They are the unseen obstacles that stand in the way of our performance, our growth, and our potential. Understanding and overcoming these inner deceivers is not just about achieving more, it's about becoming more. It's about unlocking the vast potential within us that's yearning to be set free. Recognizing and silencing these inner deceivers is crucial to harness a limitless mindset. Remember, the journey to personal growth starts from within. Let's delve into the 5 most common archetypes of inner deceivers. These are the voices inside our head that often hold us back from reaching our true potential. First, we have the classic judge. This is the voice that constantly critiques and criticizes us. It makes us feel small and insignificant, always pointing out our flaws and shortcomings. The classic judge thrives on perfectionism and sets impossible standards that we can never meet. Its detrimental effects include self-doubt, low self-esteem, and constant dissatisfaction with ourselves. The second archetype is the victimizer. This inner deceiver tends to play the victim card, making us feel helpless and hopeless. It convinces us that we are at the mercy of external circumstances and that we have no control over our lives. This leads to feelings of despair, apathy, and powerlessness. Now, let's move on to the 3 inner voices that we need to recognize and overcome. The first is the victimizer voice, which forces us to surrender and give up. It whispers in our ears that we are not good enough, that we will never succeed, and that it's better to quit than to fail. The second voice is the misguided protector. This voice tries to keep us safe by discouraging us from taking risks or stepping out of our comfort zone. It makes us fear failure so much that we become paralyzed and unable to move forward. Lastly, we have the ringmaster voice. This voice convinces us that our worth is directly tied to our productivity. It pushes us to constantly perform, leaving us feeling exhausted and burnt out. These voices, the victimizer, the misguided protector, and the ringmaster, often stop us from moving forward. They instill fear, doubt, and self-criticism within us. But by identifying these inner deceivers, we can begin to challenge them, quiet them, and ultimately overcome them. Now that we know our inner deceivers, let's discuss how to overcome them. The journey starts with recognizing the neglectors within us. These are the voices that push us to prioritize others' needs over our own, leading us to burnout. But remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. To overcome this, we need to cultivate mindfulness and create mental distance. This means being aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment or criticism. It's about observing rather than getting caught up in the drama. Next, let's not forget our misguided protector. This voice convinces us that we're safer not taking risks, that staying in our comfort zone is the best course of action. But growth happens outside of our comfort zones. So how do we quiet this voice? By focusing on what we can control. Our actions, our responses, our attitude. Don't allow the misguided protector's words to sway you. Instead, take responsibility for your actions and make conscious decisions. Now, let's address the ringmaster. This voice ties our worth directly to our productivity. But remember, you are not a human doing. You're a human being. Your worth is inherent. It's not earned. So how do we overcome this voice? By practicing self-compassion and self-care. Prioritize rest, nourishment, and joy just as much as you prioritize work. Finally, let's talk about the classic judge. This voice constantly scrutinizes and criticizes us. To overcome this, we need to practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and forgiveness you'd extend to a friend. The goal is to act and be consistent, not perfection. Value yourself for who you are, not what you've done. Remember, it's not about silencing these voices completely. It's about understanding them, acknowledging them, and choosing not to let them limit us. So let's unlock our limitless potential by overcoming our inner deceivers. Overcoming codependency and acknowledging self-worth is crucial for personal growth. Often, we find ourselves playing the role of a people pleaser, sacrificing our true selves. This is a common pitfall, especially among high performers who often grapple with inner critical deceivers that drive their performance. These deceptive voices can cloud our judgment, causing us to undervalue our worth and potential. But it's important to remember that we have the power to free ourselves from these bindings. We can tap into our high, limitless nature, unshackled by self-doubt and unrestrained by fear. By acknowledging these inner deceivers, we can learn to differentiate between rational thought and the voices of ego. This recognition is the first step towards personal growth. And by integrating mindfulness, journaling, prayer, and thoughtful reflection into our daily routines, we can conquer self-doubt, unlock our potential, and truly value ourselves. Remember, you are more than your productivity. You are worthy just as you are.